What if I told you the most fun I've had listening to music lately didn't come from a $5,000 tower speaker, but from this little box? They look ordinary, but they're really not. These speakers made me rethink what budget can sound like. You could easily spend double chasing the same experience, but I don't think you need to. Let's break down why these bookshelf speakers might actually be the smartest buy right now. Hello, I'm Mike, and welcome back to Audio Arkitekts, a place, or more so a state of mind, where we still appreciate loud music and big woofers. Our topic of discussion today really caught me off guard, and to be quite honest, I didn't expect the results that came from these speakers. Let's fire off the first amazing thing about these speakers, which is that they are made here in the United States, in Layton, Utah, which for many, I'm sure, is something that holds a ton of value. At least you know a person in Layton put this speaker together and shipped it off to you. For me, that personalizes the experience instead of knowing that a cyborg arm somewhere in Asia on a factory line put my speaker together without any emotion or intent. So that's definitely a huge plus. RBH isn't as available as the mainstream stuff, obviously. You'll have to contact a local dealer. They sell some of their stuff online on their website, rbhsound.com, but for in-person demos and to order certain items, you'll have better luck going to a local dealer, which you can also find on their website. The 61SF is a freestanding bookshelf speaker that feels substantial right out of the box, almost 18 pounds each. The cabinets are HDF with a satin black or white finish. The design isn't chasing attention, it's understated, almost predictable in a way, but that's the point. These are more business suit than runway fashion, meant to disappear in a room and let the music steal the show, not the box. Up front, you got a 1-inch fabric dome tweeter paired with a 6.5-inch aluminum cone woofer. It's a classic two-way layout that RBH has refined over decades. The woofer's black cone gives just enough visual interest without trying too hard, while the tweeter sits cleanly integrated into the baffle. The magnetic grills snap on effortlessly. If you want that minimalist look, you can keep them on or pull them off to show off a bit more of that driver design. Around the back, bi-wire or bi-amp ready binding posts give you flexibility if you want to experiment with different amplifier setups. Altogether, the build feels serious and purposeful, not flashy, but it's built to last, and that confidence comes through in the details and of course in the 10-year warranty RBH offers. There are a couple things I would take away from the spec sheet provided by RBH. First, with a sensitivity of 87 decibels, these aren't hard to drive, but they do appreciate a little extra power. Giving them more than just a couple of watts allows them to really have a nice workout. The other detail was the frequency range. Rated down to 55 Hz in a ported design, I expected a really mid-low end. You know, my room naturally leans bass heavy, which I love, but these speakers reached deeper than I thought they would. They played with a fullness that outpaced the paper specs. They had good force and an aggressive nature. Tonally, they're not hyperclinical. Instead, they sit on the side of smooth and inviting rather than ruthlessly analytical. That makes them super easy to live with day to day. Long sessions don't bring fatigue. Instead, you settle into the sound and let time just slip by. The mid-range carries a romantic quality. Voices and instruments come across with body and warmth. The low end supports the presentation without overwhelming it, adding a grounded feel that keeps everything cohesive. Treble follows suit, clean and clear, never harsh or brittle, which keeps detail natural rather than forced. Spatially, they surprise with how much stage they can carve out. Layers of sound separate enough to feel dimensional. The overall presentation feels immersive, wrapping you in the performance rather than dissecting it at arm's length. The moral of the story here is that these speakers balance detail nicely and precision with romance. They're not chasing perfection, they're built for the kind of listening that feels good in the room hour after hour after hour. At $1,600 for the pair, the 61SF aren't trying to play in the ultra bargain category, but it also doesn't wander into crazy money. It sits right in that zone where you expect performance, but you still want value. And the fact is, these deliver. They're not hyper revealing or forensic, and that's what makes them so easy to enjoy. They lean into musicality over analysis, and for me, that makes them an easy recommendation. They're a speaker that gives you big, satisfying sound at a price that still feels super reasonable. That's real value. Thank you all for watching. This was definitely a fun review to film. I love doing speakers. If you enjoyed the video, I encourage you to subscribe to the channel. That helps me grow. If you want to help the channel out a bit, we do have an online t-shirt shop where we sell this one amongst others. It's all audio related and tech related shirts. I also have a Patreon you can be a part of. All this helps me create more content. So don't forget to dodge the bullets with the like button. Thank you all for watching. I'll see you all again soon. Take care.